Welcome to everyone to today's webinar. We are thrilled that you have chosen to spend your time with us. My name is GenTwo. I have the role of the CEO within GenTwo, and together with my team, we develop our in-house built platform GenTwo PRO, which you will see in action later today. Today, I'm here with Marco Fluri. He is Head of Business Development for Products. He will guide you through the demo. We will try to make every minute you spend with us as meaningful and impactful as possible. At the beginning, let me guide you through some housekeeping rules. Please use the Q&A button in Zoom if you have questions. We will try to answer them either directly or at the end of the session. You will see today a brand new design that is not rolled out yet. We will roll it out in the coming days, but we thought it's a good timing to show this brand new design to you guys. Everything you see on the demo later on is on our test environment with test data, so please do not be concerned that we are showing some confidential data, or if you see test, it's just because it's our environment for demos. And last but not least, this webinar is being recorded. So in the next 30 minutes, you will learn about what we do at GenTwo, and then Marco will show you how you can create a product within a couple of minutes on our GenTwo platform. Let me use some minutes on what is our mission at GenTwo. At GenTwo, we want to make non-bankable assets bankable. We call this also assetization. It can be securitization or tokenization. Our branding or our word for this is assetization. As you can see, there is a $78 trillion market out there that is waiting to be assetized. By assetizing non-bankable assets, we enable our clients to expand their investment universe and offer to their client, of course, more investment opportunities, more diversification, and more opportunities. How do we do this assetization and creating products? We will see, as I mentioned, later on in the demo, live demo. I have just a picture drawn here to illustrate you what do we mean with assetization and why for us and for our clients this platform is essential. If you imagine going from the left side to the right side, you can go over the mountain, meaning creating a product in a manual way, which takes you a lot of time, a lot of efforts, and is sometimes painful. Our mission and our goal is to build or to offer a tunnel to our clients on our platform where they can create an investment product from the idea till it's issued and accessible for clients in an automated and digital way. We will see this also in the demo of Marco. So the goal is here really to have a fast digital product creation process in place that enables our clients to be efficient and fast. You will learn in the next couple of minutes or during the demo session how you can configure a product within our electronic structured request form, how the whole product due diligence process is handled. You will see also some product transactions. And of course, we have a so-called product hub where you can see all life cycle events and the whole history of a product. So that's from an introduction point of view. Marco will show you the setup, because we will see during the demo different roles coming into account. We orchestrate on our platform also the communication and collaboration of different parties. And Marco will show you now, or guide you through the roles here that are in place, and you will see later on.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Pren. Thanks a lot for the intro. Difficult one. The start is always the difficulty. Cool. As I mentioned by Pren, now in the demo, I will switch between various roles. And therefore, we try now to give you a quick introduction into how our structure looks like. At the center, it starts with the issuer. We issue out of currency with a protected cell company. And each individual product underneath is a protected cell. And the nice thing is each protected cell has its own assets and liabilities. Hence, we do not even segregate it by contracts, but as well by law itself. So it's a super secure issuer. For the issuer, as a first agent, we need to have the paying agent. The paying agent is responsible for all the various cash flows for a product. This could mean a secondary market increase, decrease. This could be a corporate action like a coupon, a partial redemption, etc., etc. Then we will as well refer to the product manager. The product manager is responsible for the underlying underneath the product. So he is responsible for to invest in Nestlé Novartis Roche, buy listed options, buy futures, fulfill the intended strategy of the product. For this, the product manager is responsible for. Then we have as well the distribution agent. The distribution agent, as the name says, is responsible for or should distribute, bring the product out to the market, to clients. The clients then will approach the custodian bank, and then the custodian bank will hand in the order to the paying agent. Then the last role is the platform advisor and the product sponsor. And here this is probably less known, and it might be quite special in our setup, but let me try to explain it. The platform advisor gives the mandate to incorporate the issuer. While afterwards, when I will start to structure the first product, I will use the product sponsor or product requester role. So this lady gentleman is responsible to hand us in the mandate to structure your product. Having said that, I now tend to move towards the presentation. So now you should see our GenTwo PRO. Here you see first at the top level, new products we can create, new workflows we can create, new order acceptance we create. So let's start from scratch part. While underneath, it's the overview of your products, the overview of where your new issue products, where the status is. You see as a landing page, we use the workflows. So we operate with a lot of workflows. Then this is as well a topic. This is the third point we will try to refer to. Here you see documents, as mentioned, corporate actions, coupons, etc. So this is a bit the overview. This is already our new look and feel. The old one would more or less look like this one. Obviously, we redesigned it a bit, and nowadays I prefer the dark mode. Good. Having said that, let me try. And now this is the first switch. I will now switch to the product sponsor. As said, the product sponsor, the product requester, is responsible for to hand in the mandate to structure the product. So I do the first role switch, go for a product sponsor. You see now as well, I have less options here because before I was admin, I had all options. Now I have less options. Good. Let's go to a new product. Here, with every start, I'll give a name for the product. I decide today to go for high yield, high diff, high yield investment strategy. I'll just keep it like that. Do not worry, you can still amend the name afterwards. Good. Then as a next step, I can already decide to go for a multi-basket investment strategy or for a single. We will go just in a minute for the multi, but I'd like to show you quickly the single. The single, you have a lot of prior market capabilities as well, digital. So here you see private equity, private debt, then a lot of fund stuff, digital assets, obviously. And here collections means art, old-timer, watch collections, you name it, whatever you can imagine. When we would go for the private equity part, it's as well quite simple. You just then have here to hand in the information of your target company. And then underneath, if it's a direct investment, or if you'd like to purchase the underlying investment from a seller company. It could be both, and this is quite straightforward. And then, in case there might be any intermediary in between, this is already a rather complex structure, you could as well hand in the intermediary. And with all this information, you're already up and running for your first private equity structure. Yeah, but as said, we will not go today for private equity. We rather like to go for the basket because we'd like to have a high yield, high div strategy. For the high yield, high div strategy, obviously, I'd like to have shares. I'd like to have high dividend shares as a first approach. Can as well choose here the allocation. I'd like to be flexible. In addition, I'd like to go for fixed income due to the fact that a new interest rate environment, there might be some opportunities there to go for the fixed income part. I could as well tailor-made, then the wordings in here, they will as well be displayed on the term sheet, but I'll leave it for the moment. Then the last thing I need to decide on, shall I use as well derivatives? Yes, no. Not really in the strategy, but I think it might not hurt to use a put option to hedge certain, or to try to hedge certain market environments. So a put option on the S&P, a put option on Nasdaq, why not? So I'll choose yes. And you saw immediately that as well here, the wording changed slightly, but as well now the listed options are in there. Cool. The next part is to explain my investment strategy. All those parts will as well be displayed on the term sheet. When you have it super urgent, then I would recommend to do it proper here. When you have a bit of time, you can as well still hand in the right explanation afterwards. So I do it easy for the moment because we should speed up a bit. And I just said done, that I put some text in. I do done 2, that you see it as well afterwards. Good. Then here, I'd like to go for a dividend strategy. And for US dividends, I'd like that my issuer is getting QDD, so a qualified derivatives dealer, that with US dividends, there's no issue at all. So I'd like to go for yes. And yeah, unfortunately, there's a bit of costs embedded, but this is the pure costs, unfortunately, without margin. Then here, that's why we did the graph or the structure at the beginning. Here are really then the roles I need to pick. So I'll go first for the issuer. I might have several issuers. I then go for a paying agent. The paying agent is, as said, responsible for all the cash flows for the product. I choose here Incor, but I could as well go for ISP or EFG. Then I go for a custodian broker. We have a few there, and those are there. We know that the onboarding and then as well afterwards evaluation is super smooth and straightforward, but you could as well choose your own one. So you might have a specific one to trade certain specific stocks others might not offer. So you could as well use more than one custodian broker. So you could use a general one, you could use a specific one, you could use 5, 6, 7 custodian brokers, up to you. When you choose a specific one, we will quickly double check that there are certain requirements. The requirements means just that the onboarding is as smooth as possible, and then as well that they can provide a certain valuation for the product. For the moment, I go for interactive broker, I go for one. Good. Then for interactive broker, we have the specialty that you could go for margin or portfolio margin. The difference is because we have chosen derivatives before. The margin is for single instruments, it takes a formula, and the portfolio margin, as the name says, it looks at the whole portfolio and calculates the whole portfolio margin. Because I do not really like to go into derivatives and rather as a hedge. I can choose the easy one. Good. Then here, the product manager. This is a new product manager. I have here already a subset of existing product managers I used in the past, but I'd like now to go for a new one. Hence, I need to hand in new asset manager, then a contact person, asset manager, contact email. I'll go for, let me, asset at test, mobile phone. Yeah, let's click it quickly through. Based in Switzerland. Good. Then I can go for a product admin. A product admin is a support function of the product manager, which is just the same as the platform advisor. And here, as mentioned, distribution agent responsible to distribute the product. And obviously here I can have more than one distribution agent. For the moment, I leave it as such. Here's a quick information. This is mainly for the product admin. When you would choose a product admin, that you know a bit the duties of a product admin. Cool. Next thing is to choose the currency you'd like to have the product in. We go for 1 million. The structure should be open-ended, no maturity. Then here can hand in a subscription start date, subscription end date. Just bear in mind, those dates give us at this stage a slight idea how urgent this product will be for you. But the dates you can really change till 1 minute, 5 minutes before you issue the product. So this is the last information we need from you in firm. Choose here just to be somewhere. Good. Then the next step is where you'd like to get your product quoted on. I'd like to see it as well on Bloomberg. I'd like to see it on Vienna. Yes, it has additional costs. We disclose it quite transparently. So I'd like to go as well for Bloomberg and Vienna, that I see my products quoting on those two vendors. Then the distribution is quite a topic. I'd like to distribute my product within Switzerland. And within Switzerland, I have the chance not only to distribute it to professional clients only, but I could as well go for the retail offering. For the moment, this is an offer just for Switzerland, but we work on it as well for the European Union. You could as well distribute the product to Germany, to other countries. Here, just they need them to be eligible with the distribution agent. So for the moment, let me just go for Switzerland to distribute the product within Switzerland. Here is a lot of information. Due to the time, we accept it for the moment, but obviously it might make sense the first time to quickly read it through. Cool. Then here, we are not only flexible in roles, we're as well flexible when it comes to fees. So let's say you have all these roles. You can say, I go for 20 basis points for the platform advisor, and I go for 1% for the product manager. And then you see at the end in total, it's 120. You have a lot of options, as you can see. You can go for relative fees, you can go for absolute fees, setup fees, running fees. We have here as well performance fees, up to you. We believe it's quite flexible. And yeah, here obviously you might spend a bit more time. Let me just push it through. I think you got the concept. Here it's to quickly show that we offer for all the products as well as secondary market. Secondary market, usually the default setting is daily, but let's now assume you have certain funds, and those funds have just a monthly valuation. Then it might make sense that as well you choose a monthly valuation for your product, because the funds have a monthly, the product has a monthly. It's consistent in itself. We will go now for the daily. And here, then it's the coupon. As mentioned, I'd like to kind of have this yield strategy, high diff strategy. So I might consider to pay out some coupons within the product. But as we all know, dividends are uncertain. There might be a dividend cut. I'm not so sure if I can really bring the 2-3% dividends in on average S&P is paying. So let me not try to be too concrete with the coupon to say I have a fixed coupon of 2% per annum. I'll go for a discretionary coupon that I can pay out the coupon whenever I feel that I now accumulated enough cash, enough yield, and I might paying out this coupon. And then the last step is a partial redemption. Here I'd like to switch as well to another product. Let's assume I have a product that I have 2 loans embedded. One loan is maturing in 2 years from now. The other loan is maturing in 4 years from now. So it could make sense that I say, hey, I'd like to have a partial redemption feature. So when the first loan is terminating in 2 years from now, so in 2 years then, that I could already pay back a partial amount to the investors. This might be a nice feature. Here we have a high yield, a high diff strategy, so I will not choose this feature. And then the last one is a very technical one. Here the idea is mainly coming from crypto, or when you have a higher frequency trading capability and you'd like to choose a specific broker that you give us some insight. Does the broker have an API connection? Does it have SFTP connection? So for interactive broker, no, yeah, they have. It's daily. It's coming over SFTP server, that's fine. But do not worry about this part. This is really for quite technical traders. Cool. And having said that, we are at the end. I'll confirm those 3, and I now handed in my first product request. Obviously, with the explanation, took a bit longer, but I think when you're a bit used to, it might take you up to 5 minutes. Cool. Now I stop again here with the product sponsor, and I'll go back to my account, because now you can create multiple ESRFs, but you really need to tell your dedicated key account manager then once you're really happy to go live with the product. And your dedicated key account manager will then take the product and push it to our internal UI. So all the information was or is already in the database, but now we'd like as well to push it to our internal, let's call it GenTwo PRO. We call it portal. I'll show you in a minute. So this is our internal tool. I just quickly show it that once you'd like to go live, we really populate everything in our internal. You see, then we have a lot of statuses. Then here all the necessary information. Here you see you've chosen paying agent Incor, with interactive broker. You'd like to list it on Bloomberg, Vienna. You see then as well here down here the comments I put in, so that we have really this internal view, and together with you we can work on the product together. Here I can as well fetch then the IS in for the product. And from there, we as well populate the term sheet. Yeah, just to quickly show you. But more important is for you, the next step will then be the product due diligence. And the product due diligence, it's important that, unfortunately for your first product, it will as well take a bit longer, because now you need to hand in the asset manager. You see here, I put in new asset manager. So this is the new asset manager you'd like to use for the product. And for this new asset manager, you need to hand in the minimum required documents that not only we, mainly the custodian broker, can then onboard this new asset manager. You see here as well the shareholders. For the shareholders, when it's within Europe, when it's within Switzerland, we'd like just to see, I think, 25% and more of the shareholders. When it's outside of Europe, outside of Switzerland, and I think the UK, then we'd like to see every shareholder having more than 10%. We will as well soon state it properly, or probably it's even here already stated, no, not yet, so that you can hand in the required documents. So here the directors as well with the ID, bank account details, shareholder register, etc., etc. It's at the beginning a bit of effort, but the advantage is once you handed it in, the next time it will already be approved. So here you see another company. We call it here Demo Client AG. This company was already onboarded, so you had already to hand in all those documents, and now they're handed in, so you can just reuse it, and you do not need to hand in all the documents over and over again. So the first product is a lot of effort. The second, third, fourth, 100th product is super easy. You can just choose the same asset manager, same traders. Same as for traders. So the first time you enter a trader, you need really to add the trader credentials. So I go for Terry Smith. Terry Smith is a junior trader from a new asset manager. Here I need to hand in an address. Oh, it's country Switzerland. Email. Oh. Phone number. Let's do it quick. Another phone number. Country of birth. Let's make it simple as well, Switzerland. And then here, the passport and the utility bill. And again, here, you hand it in once. Obviously, when the utility bill, I think after 6 months, will expire and you go for a new product, you need to hand in the utility bill again. But it's a simple, you take the ID, you take the utility bill, drag and drop, then here quickly the expiry date, and then you can send the document. And you already handed in the credentials of the first trader. Cool. Yeah, and once you handed in all the documents for the traders, for the product manager, we will take this information, do the onboarding for the paying agent account, do the onboarding for the custodian broker account. We will hand you in the term sheet. You'll check if the term sheet is fine. Once everything is ready, you issue the product. For the product issuance, we have as well here a workflow, product issuance, it goes through, you confirm again the term sheet, and that's it. Cool, and hopefully in the future simple. Then we'd like as well to quickly show you where you have now trades. So you have secondary market trades, primary market trades. So as well after the issuance, or while you have the issuance process of the product, you as well have a primary market booking. So this is really the first trade of your product. So within the subscription period, right, you collect a lot of orders. This is then the first trade of your product, but you could as well have then secondary market orders. And I'll go now for the secondary market trades, how this could look like. So for this one, I create as well a template. Asset manager. You see TD is trade day, so it's today, the trade day. I'll create this template. Oh, sorry. Nice. This one. Template. And now I will switch again to another role. I will now switch to the paying agent. Again, I'll quickly show you. Go back to the graph. The paying agent is here, responsible for dealing all the cash flows from the product. And now custodian banks will approach the paying agent to hand in the orders. And this is what I now try to show you quickly how this will work. So the paying agent will now have this order acceptance template. And when the first order arrives, I tend to say all the clients are booked now within UBS. So the first client is telling his UBS relationship manager, hey, on this product, I'd like to buy 10 units. So then the custodian bank is going to the paying agent and ask for 10 units. And this is for Andy. So here I have the reference because I now assume all my clients are booked with UBS. Takes a while. Then the next one is coming from UBS. This time 25 units. This time it's Mike. And now my third client is coming again from UBS. This is 35 units. This time it's for Peter. Cool. And now all of a sudden, so in all fairness, in reality, I do not really know a good example for. Let's go now into, in theory, we assume somehow there might have been a miscommunication whatsoever. And I have now a force coming as well from UBS, as well from 35. There's absolutely no reference here. So comment this as well, use as reference. It's added. This is now the paying agent view. Now you, as the product manager, and let me switch again the role. Now PM, product manager. I see now this is the template. I see there are 4 orders pending. I go in 2. I'm wondering already, I had actually just 3. So let me check. Here, This is Andy. That's cool. Yes, I could as well add distribution fee, by the way, with the distribution agent, but let's do it for the moment without distribution fee. Cool. This is for Mike. That's cool. Yeah, the 25. That's cool. This is for Peter. Yeah, the 35. Cool. So I did the mapping. Oh, again 35. Okay. No reference. This might be wrong. So I can deny it. And this is a good example to show you that you as a product manager, you have the full control as well over secondary market trades. It's not that they're just getting booked in. You decide, yes, this is what I was expecting. Yes, this makes totally sense. And then on the other hand, the paying agent sees then, oh, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. And at the end of the day, they will then submit the whole the 3 orders that we as then GenTwo will process it. We will give the proper evaluation, inform again the paying agent, to inform the custodian brokers, and then it will settle T+2. But with this, you clearly see you have the full control. You need to approve. So offers you need to approve. You are the owner of. Cool. Now we come to the last point. How such a product, once it's established, once it's issued, once it's live, how such a product looks like on your screen. For this, I go to the products. I have chosen here an example. This example is as well then a live product. Sorry, took a bit longer. This is a ETP. We have listed this ETP on several exchanges. It's a public retail eligible product. That's why I have chosen it, because to show you nice data here. So you see really on your product overview, you see first and most important, the valuation and the outstanding certificates, that you know what the volume is in the product, where the valuation is. You see all the necessary details. You see the various parties. See then down here, valuation parts, the fees. You have here all the various documents, invoices, and here all the workflows. So we hope and we believe that you have for each single product all the information, all the required necessary information at one glance. In case this is not so, we will have afterwards as well the session for feedback, or in general, we are more than happy then to receive your feedback to improve this platform, because at the end, this platform is not made for us, but for you. Having said that, we went through now all 4 topics, and I'd like to hand it back to Pren.
Good. So Marco, I have a question here for you. A guest here in our webinar asked, the name you filled in the ESRF, is that the same name that is shown on the bank statement of the product?
Yes, when they show a name, yes. So the name is used as well then for the term sheet, and the name, when you show a name on the bank statement, yes.
Okay, so I hope we have answered the question. So the answer is yes. The name you enter at the beginning is the name you will see in the bank statement. That's the only question so far. Are there any other questions? You can enter them either in written or ask us. Seems not to be the case. We have Marco, do you see this question as well?
Nope, sorry.
Oh, okay. So I will read them. The user is writing, we have been developing algorithmic market making strategy since 2019 and would like to start a fund. And now We are trading about 200 million per month turnover with 1 million assets under management. I don't see the question so far. Yeah, Marco?
I go for what I think, what the question could be. So yes, it depends on the custodian broker. So the one I've chosen before, Interactive Broker, is one example with API access. So in case you trade on a higher frequency over APIs, this Interactive Broker might be an option. Obviously, we can offer it. Then we will go over a certificate, not over a fund. We can consider a fund, but the main strength we have is a certificate, because that's a certificate. The advantage is a faster time to market, and usually it's cheaper for certain sizes. So that's why we would choose a certificate. We could choose Interactive Broker or your own prime broker, more than happy to onboard. And then, yes, we could as well facilitate such a strategy.
Yeah, in the meantime, the real question arrived, meaning that we are taking market neutral derivatives positions in crypto derivatives. How would the use case work in this case?
Yes, here, unfortunately, I'm not an expert in what providers like a Deribit or probably GSR you could use in the background, but in case a GSR might work or a Deri, or we need them to check with who you'd like to trade the crypto derivatives and to see that we can as well do the onboarding, and then this should be fine. The structure I just showed you before was on Polkadot. So yes, we have a couple of crypto chains, prime brokers, storage providers in the crypto area. We do have. We just need to check your unique one you'd like to trade with.
I would suggest we can reach out later to make more clarifications around this. The next question is, how easy is it to set up a spot FX AMC?
Easy. You need to have a lovely broker you feel comfortable with trading FX. Hopefully not with too much spread. Done.
Good. Next question is about distribution agents. Do you offer some help there? Here we need, I need to say, currently, not really. It's not zero. We have our event Asset Rush. You can explore on assetrush.com, where we give a platform for asset managers or product creators a stage to show their products and therefore present it to an audience. Please visit assetrush.com for more information here. So there is a question, can we work as channel partner? We need to check this. I will reach out later on. Another question is, do you work with startups, or is there a minimum ticket relationship size?
We tend to say that the product should roughly have 500K, but in all fairness, when there is a good business case behind, we can as well go below. Yeah, fine.
So there is no other question. I think
then I'd like to go for a general comment. So we saw before a bit the direction, right? A huge advantage we have is that you can really onboard all the custodian brokers, all the partners you want. So you have a multi-asset strategy. With one partner, you'd like to trade equities. With one, you'd like to trade FX. With one, you'd like to trade fixed income because they have a huge network in sourcing bonds. With another one, you might trade funds. You might to mix publicly traded underlyings with private markets. This is a huge advantage we have because we just onboard the partners. Partners need to be willing, and then you go ahead.
So there is one other question. How much subscription will cost for basic things?
Yeah, the subscription actually not. We have a certain product costs, and here please reach out to one of our key account managers. So we have a standard pricing for the product, and yeah, you can discuss it with one of our key account managers. But it's, as said, usually for smaller sizes. What do I consider smaller sizes? Obviously not the sizes I have on my bank account, unfortunately. But let's say smaller sizes between, as said, 500K to 20 million. A certificate often is the better than compared to a fund. For a fund, when you have 100 millions lying around, we might be in comp, but usually for smaller sizes, a certificate is usually from a cost perspective, the better approach. As well, the certificate is quite flexible. You could first trade cryptocurrencies with a certificate and then just after with funds. Yeah, we will do a follow-up on this one.
Good. Then I have a more comment. Thank you for that great presentation. Thank you very much for the comment. To all others, we would love to get your feedback about the session. Please scan this QR code here shown on your mobile phone. It takes you less than 90 seconds. And yeah, if there are no other questions, I think we can come to an end here of this session. We would like to thank you in the name of GenTwo for your participation and your interest in our company, in our webinar, in our products, and of course in our amazing platform. Also, when you are on the platform, they are all over the place feedback buttons. If you miss features, if you miss something, please reach out. As I mentioned at the very beginning, we have everything under control. It's own developed. We can influence the development and prioritize client feedback accordingly. Good. Thank you very much. And I wish you a nice afternoon. Goodbye, everyone.